How do you approach pull-up patterns for athletes who have to bend, twist, rotate, especially overhead athletes, volleyball, and those things?
Let's talk about brass tacks.
Hmm.
Let's talk about baseball. So I think baseball is one of the sports with the most undertrained shoulders on the planet. And so before I go into variability, I'm going to talk about specific shoulder and forearm capacities. My standard for baseball players is they need to do at least 8 unassisted scapular pull-ups. Um, I have one guy who throws 100 miles an hour, and I think he's the only guy in the league who texts me back. He's like, "Yeah, dude, the season just ended, and um, shoulder feels awesome. No, I don't need anything from you. We're good." And he can do an isometric one-arm pull-up,
Mm.
meaning he's not doing a full one-arm pull-up, but he
Yeah, holds there.
stays in there at a 90-degree angle with his elbow. Like that is capacity.
Mm.
Um, we can go into detail about the elbows and the hands and the UCL epidemic, but let's stick it to the shoulders to keep this more condensed. So, like, those are some of the standards I'm hold athletes to, overhead athletes, and that's volleyball players, tennis players, javelin, whatever. Next is going to be variable strength. Okay, so you can do that, but you're going to have to throw, hit, do stuff in all these different scenarios. So, um, depending on the person, I might say you're going to do 6 pull-ups each set. Everyone needs to look different. I don't care what you do. Get your shoulders to your hands, not just your chin over the bar, but do it a different way every single time. Repetition without repetition, since I know you're familiar with the skill texts. Um, the others would be pull in different ways, and this doesn't just mean like I get so disappointed when like our industry is not so monotonous to think like, oh, a different pull is like I'm doing a bent over row.
Hmm.
That's a different pull. It's a horizontal pull. I'm like, that does not do our shoulders justice. Like we talked about degrees of freedom. We have shoulders is can do so much stuff, and we're just gonna truncate that into like pull-ups and rows. Come
Hmm.
on, come on. And so, as much as possible, I try to convince my overhead athletes just go climb, go rock
Hmm.
climbing, and the variability and the capacity will likely take care of itself. And it's fun. Go bring your friends,
Hmm.
bring your partner, whatever. But if they're not going to do that, then it's going to be how many different ways can you row? Can you
Yeah.
do it with a pinch shoulder blade? Can you do it with a protracted shoulder blade?
Mm.
When you get to the end of a row, so your elbow is behind your body, can you do that with your shoulder blade tilting forward? Because the end of the row is the same as the bottom of a push-up for me. Um, and I think only once we start respecting that variability in our shoulder do we start giving the tissue capacity at the rotator cuff, deltoid, serratus anterior, all the muscles to handle what we're asking them to do.